Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone? It's Monday evening here in New York. I'm in Chinatown practicing my martial arts techniques. Right now, it's about 7:15 p.m. Temperature is 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. What can I tell you? I got a little bit wild from Wild Woods yesterday. I'm here on Doyer Street, Manhattan, one of the most unique places in New York City. A lot of you caught that intro. Tony says, don't hurt yourself. I mean, look how short this curb is. You're not gonna hurt yourself over here. Let's walk around and see what's up. We've got the legendary Nam Hua Tea Parlor, Chinatown's first dim sum parlor. Modernized a lot now. Someone dropped their ID. You know, there's a speakeasy. A lot of people don't know. Here's tasty hand-pulled noodles. You know, there's another location for tasty hand-pulled noodles that I want to show you. It's basically down a few blocks. Kamikaze says that area looks familiar. Have they used it in movies? I'm sure it's been in movies. We'll swing left on Pell Street. Mariana, Texas, I heard there are tunnels all over this area that were used during Prohibition. Yes, and during the Chinatown Tong Wars as well. I actually ate in a restaurant on Doyer Street in the basement, which has like tunnels there. So it's kind of interesting. Hey, thank you, Ronald D. Solfaro with $10. Appreciate it, Ronald. Thank you so much. Andrew is asking, how was the drive back to New York City from Wildwood? I left Wildwood around 6:30 p.m., I would say. Yeah. And it took me about 3.5 hours, I believe, to get back. But I also intentionally chose the scenic route through Manhattan and the Holland Tunnel because I was recording another video. I figured why not, because it'll be nice to see a video at night driving back from New Jersey. This woman's taking a picture of this unicorn here. I doubt she knows that this is completely made out of noodles. Not many people do. how wise this one of the tongs is headquartered on Pell Street. Yeah, I forget where. All the tongs have cleaned up their image over the many years, and they do a lot of good for the community. Now they call them associations. But back then there was an ongoing fuse between many of them. The main rivalry was between the hip sings and the on longs. Oh, there's a car behind me. Sometimes the street is closed to traffic and sometimes it isn't. Chinatown's already starting to close up. It's light out, but still a lot of places rolling down their gates. Pretty much 7:30 already. This is a cool spot. You can get custom-made chopsticks and fans. Yeah, Cabby, a lot of people do come down for the fresh markets here. They've got great prices. Also, there's the other market that's often not talked about, where you can get a lot of name brand products, I should say, clothing and or accessories for super cheap, but the quality may be questionable. I don't like to call anybody in particular, but there's a lot of that happening in Chinatown, particularly along Canal Street. But they do get customers. And actually, to me, it's pretty shocking that it's all out in the open like this. The city sometimes does crackdowns, but these people will be back like the next day. So the other tasty hand-pulled noodle spot is right on the corner here, under the scaffolding. Tasty hand-pulled noodles, Chinese food. I'm pretty sure they're related because the color scheme is the same as the one on Doyer Street. The other place on Doyer Street is kind of small. They have a lot of outdoor seating. But this one, yeah, they do have hand-pulled noodles here. Oh, tasty hand-pulled noodles number 3. So it is related. Look, they have the address to their original spot on Doyer Street. But where's number 2? I had no idea there was a tasty hand pull noodles number 2. Well, I'm assuming there's a number 2 because this one's number 3. And I think this place opened fairly recently. They still have the grand opening flags. Hello. This block here is Baxter Street, located right next to the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse building and the jail that they knocked down, and they're going to build a skyscraper jail on top of it. It's a very controversial plan, and as you can see, this whole building is gone now. I did a video about it quite extensively, walking around the site and how I was against the skyscraper jail going up. This block here has a lot of great Vietnamese food. Here's Pasteur Grill and Noodles. Followed by Pho Nha Trang, which is a city on the coast of Vietnam. And Tai Sun Vietnamese restaurant. This one was rated by Michelin, but they're closed for the day. DSD says Rikers Island Jail probably relocated here in the future. Who knows? I mean, it's a huge project. I can only imagine the amount of time being put in this and resources. This used to be an Italian restaurant, but now it's called La Diaspora. I don't know how that restaurant is. You can see here, they have the site here with the sign, dismantle of NYC DOC detention facility. DOC is Department of Corrections. Let's cross over Canal Street here. Not going to be walking this way on Canal Street. If you go a block or two down, some people there can be quite aggressive to being on camera for whatever reason. It's not like the city doesn't know about all those goods being sold on the street. And these people have to be triggered by someone going there with a camera. Like, it'll make a difference. This place is amazing. The Cam Hing coffee shop. Excellent sponge cakes. And across the street, you've also got Spongy's Cafe, another spot with great sponge cakes. So you have your pick. I Walk NYC says they're even more aggressive now, middle finger guaranteed. Yeah, it's not just me that's had bad experiences with people there. I've seen a lot of videos where people go there with a camera just to record the environment and the street, and they're getting treated nasty. Hateful words, threats of violence, and yeah, I would avoid that area if you value your safety. That is the Canal Street area between Center Street and I would say West Broadway. It's not good to go in there with a camera. I think I'll go this way now. It's a little more exciting. There's a unique name for a place, the Tiger, but instead of an I, they put a Y. Coming up is the Museum of Chinese in America. They have a lot of exhibitions regarding the history of Chinatown and immigration. Looks like they even expanded over here.
Don't you have a YouTube channel?
I do, yes.
Yeah,
I'm live now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
You too. I remember. Didn't you move to Florida?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I followed
Yes.
your channel.
Mhm.
So are you just back now?
Well, it's complicated. I'm doing a walk now and
I see.
showing how things are, yeah.
I see. Well, I really enjoy your channel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day. Bye. So this, this exhibition's over now. I wonder why they still have the sign up. 5 Senses of Chinatown until May 26, 2024. It's July now, over a month old. JOC, I really liked my trip to the Jersey Shore. Also, I'm very grateful that I stayed a little bit longer after I finished my live stream and I made a video, because in that video, Wildwoods got a lot more crowded. This building here used to be the old police department headquarters, but it got turned into condos. Elizabeth says, Manhattan, what a scorcher today's weather was. Yesterday's wasn't that much better either. But I was able to enjoy my day yesterday on the Jersey Shore. It was still hot on that boardwalk. Not really any shade to talk about there. Funky Child says, literally feels like Dubai and New York City, been a hot summer. Yeah, it's been pretty hot. Although I will have to add, having been in Southeast Asia and Taiwan for a while, coming back here, the weather's pretty much the same as that. Maybe a little bit cooler. It felt like Vietnam and Thailand were way hotter and more humid too. Also, coming up from Miami, it was way more humid and hot in Miami than it is here. SoHo Olive Branch Deli grand opening. Looks like a cute little spot. Cynthia Avis says, hi AK in chat. This weather in NYC has been disgusting. Yet when I was in Asia, no one really complained about the weather. It's funny. Taiwan was so hot and humid compared to this. Watch, before you know it, it's going to be the winter time in New York, below freezing temperatures, and people are going to say, it's too cold now. I can't stand it. I got to be inside. And look what I did. There's one year I went up to Quebec, Montreal and Quebec City. I caught a cold. I couldn't speak, but I was still out there walking around. And it was much colder there than New York. Elizabeth, yes, I did visit Asbury Park. I believe it was Memorial Day 2021 I went to Asbury Park. iWalk NYC says, in my opinion, it's easier to adapt to the heat than the cold, just your opinion. Oh, I'd much rather prefer the hot weather than cold weather. Only because I feel like I'm way down when it's cold weather. You gotta wear more layers, gloves, equipment doesn't work well, batteries die out quicker, and it's just harder to move around. Like, you got these big puffer jackets and like a lot of layers inside, sweaters, long underwear, and it just weighs you down. It's like heavy. You're carrying all this extra stuff. You may not sweat as much, or at least don't feel that you're sweating as much, but you're sure carrying a lot more things. What's a pet peeve of mine in the winter time when I have to wear layers is all the audio noise that could come from rubbing against clothing, accessories. Deborah says, how about when you have to carry an umbrella? That can get annoying too sometimes, but umbrella you can manage. The weather that I hate the most is freezing rain. When the temperature is in the 40s or like single digit Celsius. I mean, not single digit Celsius. Maybe like low double digits to single digits Celsius also. That rain can be so uncomfortable because you have to wear layers and then it gets cold. It's miserable walking around in the freezing rain. I'd much rather it be very hot and have a downpour than have like a very slight freezing rain. SoHo's kind of quiet today. Chip O with $2, asking when is my next walk through Gerritsen Beach. Appreciate the support, Chip O. Thank you so much. Southeast corner of Brooklyn. I don't know, but it is an idea. Ashley says, is the hurricane going to affect New York City this week? I know it did hit Texas and affecting all the oil rigs out there, but I don't know if the remnants from that hurricane are going to come up here. S. Chen, that is an interesting observation. If it's not too cold or not very hot, the streets of New York City are quiet. I mean, there is like times where there's a nice spring day where there's a lot of people out too. Sometimes I notice this with like trends. If it's been like really bad weather for a few weekends in a row, and then all of a sudden you get one good weekend, a lot of people go out on that weekend. Angel Plays got to visit the secret walking path on Hunter Island in the Bronx. That's one of the first videos I did, the Kazimiroff Nature Trail on Hunter Island in Pelham Bay Park. Good hiking area, but can be tricky to get to because it's pretty much on the outer boundaries of the city.
At a place now.
We've got the Museum of Ice Cream.
It's the Bergman. The Bergman really puts you over. Like, you don't have to be nice.
It keeps going, it keeps going.
Daryl says walking commuter mentioned I was on his first live stream. I was? I don't even remember it.
It's so nice.
I walk NYC. How good is the Museum of Ice Cream? You know, I haven't actually been in there, but I have had their ice cream. And I think it is the best ice cream in the city. Here's Houston Street. About to walk into NoHo from SoHo. Hey, thanks Andrew S. $5 super chat. Love this part of the city. Oh, it's amazing. Thanks Andrew, thanks for coming in. Walking from south of Houston Street to north of Houston Street.
And he's right. You go to
All these acronym neighborhoods are annoying. You got to remember every single acronym. SoHo, south of Houston. NoHo, north of Houston. SoMa, south of Market Street. WeHo, West Hollywood. NoHo again, North Hollywood. FIDI, Financial District. Dumbo, down under Manhattan Bridge overpass. I don't know, I'm running out of examples. Oh, there's also SoHo in London, which is the original one, which is kind of like a nightlife pub kind of area. I really should like start making a list of all these acronym neighborhoods because I keep forgetting all of them, what they mean. Oh yeah, Kevin Lynn, there's Nomad. That's kind of funny. That's north of Madison Square Park. A very short abbreviation, three letters for Madison Square Park. Ostfly Girl, you never heard the list of them? I tried searching the internet for a list of acronym neighborhoods. I couldn't find any. I may have to start one. Or maybe make a video about it. Did you know there's acronym neighborhoods that were started from New York City SoHo? These are the crazy neighborhood names that we have now. Why? I don't know if it's working or not. Oh, I just saw my hand in the camera. It is. That was weird. I got a pop-up message on my phone that the cellular network wasn't turned on, just randomly. Whoa, I almost walked into that. What a crazy pothole. It's got like no bottom. Darn. I got lucky, I avoided that. I should have been looking at the ground the whole time I was standing on that corner, but I was too busy worrying about my phone signal. Just goes to show you, you could like look at something for a long time and still miss stuff like that. Doing these live streams in person is dangerous, man. You gotta have your head in a million places. First of all, number one thing in live streaming in real life, your surroundings. Make sure you know what's ahead of you, below you, above you, left, right, behind you. And then comes the chat and everything. And the environment. When I need my concentration, I just ignore all of you and focus where I'm walking. Elizabeth says too much to watch for. It's a lot of work, I'll tell you. Flago says safety first and then the random wacky people you run into. Well, that's all part of safety. NATO 420G, opinions on the current state of the city. For what? There's a lot I could talk about of the city. Culture, history, crime, restaurants. NATO 420G says crime. Well, I'll say this. I do believe New York City is still a safe place to be, but do not intentionally put yourself in a position of danger. Do not count on local government to help you out or respond to whatever crime scene that you have going on. And I do believe that overall crime trends are not good for the city. There's a lot of quality of life issues that got overlooked. And it's actually very alarming. But as I say all the time, stay safe, be careful of your surroundings. Don't intentionally put yourself in a position of danger. And you should be fine for the most part. Hey. Where did this random wooden wall come from? Dustback Rabbit sure did like visiting Freshco. It's a pretty popular spot for health foods. This place is amazing for donuts. Rick says there used to be a pizza place where that Freshco is. I don't really remember it. There's tons of pizza places in the city. I want to go this way. I haven't been down to St. Mark's Place in a while. And we could also check out the new Wegmans, how that's doing. dedicated to success, asking when I'll drop my next video and what area. You'll have to wait for it. Stay subscribed. Let's see how Wegmans is doing. Right around to the left here. I remember there was so much hype when this Wegmans opened up. I even reviewed a sandwich that I bought from here, and I did a pretty extensive tour of the entire supermarket. I don't know how the connection is inside, but I'll just go right into the entrance and do an overview. But why does New York City have such horrible cell phone service? As soon as you go inside a building, Elizabeth says thick steel and glass. Yeah, but even still, like when I was in Taiwan, the underground malls, that had great cell phone service. And when I was in Bangkok, Thailand, inside these shopping malls, also great service. But here in New York, pretty abysmal once you go inside. Florida native asks, have you ever run into a bug problem in any of the places you stayed in while you're traveling, and so how did you deal with it? I mean, depends on what kind of bugs, right? When I was in Southeast Asia, I had to deal with mosquitoes, and those mosquitoes were some of the most annoying and persistent mosquitoes I've ever experienced. They will like bite you or let you know where they are. As soon as you get up and start trying to look for them, they hide and you can't find them. And for that, I don't know, I just had to let them bite me until they couldn't bite me anymore. Or there's one video where I showed how I dealt with them. I had a circulating fan, I put it up and blew it on myself, and they weren't able to land on me anymore. There was another place I had an ant problem, and I just let my host know about it, and they came up and just put some pesticides to deal with the ants. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with bed bugs before. I know bed bugs are probably one of the worst bugs you can deal with, but every time when I'm traveling or going to a new mattress, I'm always lifting it up and looking at the seams, checking if there's bed bugs or not, because you do not want those bugs biting you. They can hide, they can travel on your luggage. Especially don't put your luggage on top of the bed or near the bed. When I visited London last year in November, I know there was a lot of concern because of travelers from Europe bringing bed bugs over. St. Mark's Place, ZC322 dealt with bed bugs. It's not pretty. Oh, they're very persistent. I had to deal with them too. I don't know how they got in, but once they do, it can be pretty bad. This is new. Nanxiang Xiaolong Bao. I reviewed them when I went to Flushing, and this is their new location in the East Village. When did they open? Best soup dumplings in New York, folks. Oh, this is funny. This car driver is intentionally slowing up to get their car washed. Oh wait, is the fire department here to close the hydrant? Oh no. To be fair, there is a sprinkler cap on it. Oh, Tesla driver does not want anything to do with a fire hydrant. What about these cyclists? Yeah, I thought so. They're not getting any part of it. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Oz Fly Girl wasting water is not good either. Here on the corner is Sing Fu Tang. I went to the flagship store in Ximending, Taipei, Taiwan. There's always a line at the Sing Fu Tang Taiwan location, and over here there's a line too. But for some reason, the New York City Sing Fu Tangs don't have the loudspeaker. The one in Ximending is always blasting how good the bubble tea is. Thank you, Brujo Live with $4.99. Love your videos, AK. Always informative and entertaining. Thanks from Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you so much, Brujo. Appreciate it. Spikey says, what's the connection with Snoopy? Probably a brand deal.
don't like food.
I wonder what was here. A closed storefront, big corner spot too. This place looks new. The Yummy Hive Deli and Sips. That's a long name for a restaurant. It is. DA says starting to get dark. Yeah, it's 8:15 right now. Sunset today is at 8:29. Michelle says that the haunted church. Yeah, Stuyvesant Square. That's the haunted church where Peter Stuyvesant is rumored to wander around. He was the former Governor General of New Amsterdam before it became New York. Whoa, the sun sets right in the middle of the street grid here. Almost. As a matter of fact, I think Manhattanhenge may be coming. Or maybe it already passed. That's when the sunset aligns with the street grid of Manhattan. Looks like the next date is Friday, July 12th. So we're 4 days away. Here we could probably catch it again. I'll get a better view of it on 14th Street. It's a really big crosstown street. There was one year where I went on my bicycle and I cycled towards the Manhattanhenge. That was a really unique angle. I got to see all the people standing in the middle of the street taking pictures. All right, let's see if we get a sunset. And we do. Look at that. It's not the exact date of Manhattanhenge, but it's pretty close. You still get to see the sun like setting in the general area. The Coyote Ugly Saloon. Yeah, it'll be hard to get a good view of the sunset because of all the trees. I think the best crosstown street to view it from, though, is 42nd Street. You have so many points of interest there that are worth seeing it from. Tudor City, Grand Central Terminal, Times Square, Bryant Park. Spike Lee saying the east-west alignment is the best site of the Manhattanhenge sunset on Friday. Sounds pretty good to me. This building's still under scaffolding, huh? I don't think I've been down to this area in over 6 months. It was still under scaffolding then, and it's still under scaffolding now. This is one of the uglier scaffoldings in New York City. Such a long block too. Yes, Susan, Manhattan is under a lot of scaffolding. This place, Sticky's, is known for their fried chicken. They call it the best damn chicken fingers. Holden says you get used to being out late, long summer days. For me, I do like longer days.
House anyway.
Chris asking if there's any truth in the plan to expand Manhattan and the Network Harbor to the south. You know, I was reading a little bit about it, but I'm not too sure if that's going to go through or not. Although the island of Manhattan has expanded several times throughout its history. Battery Park City is a great example. Much of that land was constructed when they were building the Twin Towers. The Bing Buzz is here, catching the sunset. What a hot day it was. Yeah, it was pretty hot today. Although yesterday I felt it was hotter.
Yeah. It's like, I guess I'll recycle, but
this bike lane configuration is actually new. I rode my scooter here just in the past week and I saw them installing these armadillos. Lisa says, what are those for? It's to prevent motor vehicle traffic from going into the bike lane there as some sort of a physical barrier. Yeah, Jerry, it does remind me of the armadillos in Miami along the Venetian Causeway. Those, I think, were placed in a spot where someone can really easily like run over them on a bike or a scooter pretty easily and very easily get hurt too. But they have this new configuration now. It's like a one continuous bike lane. And they're also redeveloping this part of Broadway too. When I came down here in the past week, this wasn't even all painted yet. I kind of had to guess where the bike lane was. But much of Broadway is really being converted into like these shared use spaces. Vinci Gelato is busy, and understandably so because it's a hot day. Yes, Cabby, Paragon Sports. This is an amazing place for any kind of your sporting goods needs. Any sport you can think of, they'll have equipment for it. Whether it be jogging, tennis, soccer, football, basketball, swimming, cycling.
Even though she was like, yeah, like I'm not really.
You see what they did here? The city got rid of these markings. It used to be like a roadway going southbound and now goes north. I think what the city is doing is reversing the direction of the streets here so that it's not so easy for cars to do like one continuous drive down Broadway. I was reading their plan for this area. So you see here, right? It looks like cars are like going down that way. They can make a right turn here. But over here, it's one way. So now cars can only go north on Broadway before they can drive down here and continue on to Union Square. But you can only go south from turning right onto the street. So pretty interesting what they did here. Of course, it's probably a nightmare for drivers. You see that car is going southbound and then they're forced to turn because this is a one-way. Can you imagine if all the streets in New York City were like this? Broadway between 18th Street and 19th Street is northbound only, so I can only go to my favorite store by going right from 18th Street. But if I want to go to 20th Street, I need to make a right from 20th Street to go south on Broadway. I mean, it would be kind of a funny like journey if you didn't know and you just kept having to go through all these side streets to get to your final destination. Like instead of just going straight, you gotta go because it's one way here and then it's one way back and one way forward, one way back. Look, right turn only, and they have these traffic barrels here to prevent cars, or at least it's not physically preventing cars from going there now, but it's just something temporary for now. I mean, what do you think of the city's plan for like this? And I think this is a sidewalk extension. Or maybe it'll be parking space, I'm not sure. Nigel will be totally confused. I know. Can you imagine being a Maps application like Google Maps and you had to like program each individual street that you can only turn right or left because the city changed the directions? To be fair, Broadway is already broken up as it is because you have like some of the most busy parts of New York City here. You got Times Square, which is already pedestrianized. Then Broadway goes through Herald Square, and the streets from Times Square to Herald Square have restrictions too. So it's kind of like drivers can't even go on one continuous route south on Broadway if they wanted to. This over here between 21st Street and 22nd is like a shared use zone. It's intentionally designed to slow up cars because they got this little kind of curve here, and they can only go south for like another block or two before they're forced to turn left.
It's really good.
I've heard the city is going to do this type of a design for more streets. There's a plan I saw for 31st Avenue in Astoria, Queens, because they want to make it into like a bike-friendly area, pedestrian-friendly area. From Vernon Boulevard to 31st Street, they're planning to do this kind of design too, where it's one way that way for one street and one way that way for another street. I mean, sometimes it can be dangerous too, like what just happened there. You got this corner here where these parked cars are blocking the view of cars making the turn here. So it's not a perfect design either. I kind of had to do a double take to get back. Share the road 5 miles an hour. The Empire State Building is lit red tonight. This building is blocking the most of it. This is the NYC Portal. It's a public art exhibition. At first, it was a 24-hour video-only live stream, no audio. But they've had to adjust the hours as well as put security here because some people were doing some not so age-appropriate content, I should say, in front of this live stream. But I could have told you that would have happened anyway. You can never really control what really happens live. You're always going to have people there regulating it because people are going to be people.
Wait.
And this guy's voice is different. It's going to be wheat.
Wait.
Wheat. It would be nice once the scaffolding from the Flatiron building's removed. I can't remember the last time I've seen the Flatiron building without scaffolding. Maybe 4 years ago. Eric says you'll be lost if it was your first time in New York City. It takes some practice. What are they doing to the Flatiron building? I think it's going to be converted into residences. It was recently bought in an auction. It's a tough building to work with because of its design and landmark status. Pet Smarts. Quiet down there. I can hear the subway delays already down there. Sorry for the inconvenience, folks, but we got a person on the tracks. Gotta wait till it clears. Thank you for your patience. Christian, I'm walking on Broadway. As you can see, even here, I told you already, Broadway is pretty much pedestrianized anyway. There's restaurant seating here. Wow, there's a lot of people out here. La Pecora Bianca. Whoa, look at Anita Gelato. I still haven't tried this place. It's busier than ever. This is like the most popular gelato place in New York City. Holy smokes. And now they have outdoor seating too. Look at this gelato spot. There's a line out the door and going like 2 stores down. And outdoor seating. Man. What is up with this spot? Is there gelato that good? Reminds me of a dessert spot that I waited in line for in Pasadena and SoCal. Although I don't think the line was as long as that. Well, now you know what's open in New York City, folks. If you got some cash, open up a gelato spot, ice cream. You're gonna have a line out the door, down the block. Just gotta hope for hot weather. And in the wintertime, I don't know, convert your gelato spot to hot chocolate, turn it into a cafe. I'm a genius, right? All you gotta do is change the menu, man. In the wintertime, call it hot coffee. In the summertime, call it iced coffee or ice cream. This looks like a cool pizzeria. You can't get more pink than this store. This place is good, the 7th Street Burger. I had the original location on 7th Street. It's kind of like a really quick burger.
Which we're not. I'll just say.
It's different than Shake Shack. Oh, the place I went to in SoCal was the Wanderlust Creamery. Yeah, I remember there was a line there. Okay, it says, when did Broadway transform like this? It used to be wholesale stores. I don't know, but it's pretty much pedestrianized now between Herald Square and 23rd Street. And from 23rd Street to 14th Street, it's like one-way streets in alternating directions every other street.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I want to tell you all something. Let me cross the streets. There's a spot I want to show you, especially if you're traveling to New York City from a different country. So in the middle of the block here on Broadway between 30th Street and 31st Street, there's a currency exchange place that has really good rates and really good reviews on Google. I actually used them once and the rates were really competitive and good. It's this spot here, the Money Exchange Uno Forex. They didn't charge a commission for me. So if you're ever in need of exchanging some currency, go and check them out or maybe give them a call. There's a lot of other currency exchange places in New York, but many of them they charge high fees and commissions, or they don't use the best conversion rate. It's also not too far away from Times Square, where most of the hotels are. People wearing Argentina jerseys. Dexter says Koreatown. Yeah, there's Koreatown here. I always like walking down here. I might as well walk down the block and then come back the other way just to show you. But always a happening spot in Manhattan. Oh, Jose, that was Uruguay.
Oh, yeah.
Good amount of people here for a Monday night. There's a popular like after work hangout spot. Square Bet says, I don't get how people drive in New York. There's nowhere to park. Well, if you don't need to park, you can drive in New York. But it is true, I don't really enjoy driving around looking for parking. That's one of my biggest annoyances when driving. I really only tend to drive if I have a guaranteed spot to start from and to end from where I have parking. If I need to drive around looking for parking, I'm out. I'm like, forget it, it's not worth it. You know what I do sometimes? If I'm driving a car and there's no parking in the area I need to go to, sometimes I put my scooter in the trunk and like bring a lock with me, park in the area where there's a lot of parking, and then take the scooter out of the trunk, drive yourself there in the scooter, lock it up, and it's awesome. You save money. You don't have to look around for parking. And you do it the smart way. Or what you do is you take public transportation in from the area where there's a lot of parking. Sometimes what you can do too is you park somewhere and then you Uber from that location to where you need to go. That's funny, like you drive yourself somewhere to park and then you get someone to drive you to the final destination. I mean, that's an extreme way to do it, but it's possible. But really, being in New York City, in Manhattan, very easy to get around with public transportation for like 90% of the destinations you want to go to in Manhattan. Just take the subway or the bus. Unless you have a need to drive, like going to drop like elderly people off or transporting heavy items. Can you imagine transporting something like a couch by hand on the streets of Manhattan, 5th Avenue here? You got this big couch carrying it. No, don't do that. Let's walk back the other side of the street. Traxologist says subway plus lightweight electric scooter is the best combo. Yeah, you can do that too. I brought my scooter on the subway. Jose says Miami Beach is hard to park and the towing companies in Miami Beach, are evil. Let me tell you, Miami Beach is a difficult place to park because there's a lot of like residential permits that you need for many of the side streets. A good place to park in Miami Beach are the parking garages, the municipal parking garages. They tend to have pretty good rates there. But yeah, pretty much all of the street parking there is like residential permit only or very overpriced. The parking garages are much more reasonable. Gray Street is busy. Best dessert spot in the city. The OG Shaved Snow. Taro milk tea. Elixir Shaved Snow. You drink this, you'll be 5 years younger. How about Basque cheesecake? Burnt Basque cheesecake. You know what's cool about this spot? There's anytime karaoke, so you can go in there anytime, except it opens at 5 p.m. So maybe it's not anytime, because before 5 p.m. you're out of luck. Hey friends, let's meet up at Anytime Karaoke, because they open anytime. That's the name, right? You go there at 4 o'clock p.m. What? I thought it's anytime, but it opens at 5 p.m. MJ22 says you can sing. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, it's true.
Worse qualified than
Hung Mao says just sing on the streets. Hey, it's possible you meet up in front there. You're still at the place, right? You just can't go in until 5 p.m. You can still sing on the streets, nothing's stopping you except the whole world of 32nd Street is gonna hear your voice. Whereas in Anytime Karaoke, you have your own closed room, so no one will hear how badly you sing. So if you crack your voice singing Happy Birthday on the street, don't blame me. Wait till it opens, go embarrass yourself in the room. Hey,
we in a video.
What's up?
What up? Vlog? Is it vlog? Yeah.
Yeah. They were really energetic.
this side of the street. That was my bad.
Hung Mao says entertainment is meant to be shared with the world. Well, if you're a singer in training, maybe you don't want to embarrass yourself right away. Football, can we see the Empire State Building? Soon. Once I get to 34th Street, I could peek right and we could see it. I can see the lights of Times Square from here.
You can get 30 points off your Yep, that's true.
Callie Walker says, so busy for a Monday. There's more people than I thought out here. You know, it's kind of cool. You can see the spire of the Empire State Building between these buildings. There's Macy's. There it is. The most famous building in New York City. DA, I don't know why the Empire State Building is red tonight. You can check their website. They usually have the reason why it's lit up a certain color or multiple colors. Really, Jose, the website's not up to date. You have to go to their Twitter. Sometimes Twitter you can get, well, actually it's called X now. X has more up-to-date information than the official websites. Like, you can go to the subway status on X. It's usually a lot more accurate than the website. It gets updated quicker. Hung Mao says you read Din Tai Fung's opening soon in New York City. Yes, they are. We could walk by there. Hawaii says they open July 11th. Only 3 days. Just in time for the weekend. I know they're probably going to be really busy on that day. Hung Mao says some people are already leaving negative reviews on Din Tai Fung's Yelp page. How is that fair? I would give this place negative stars if I could. It's not even open yet. The same thing with rating it 5 stars when it's not open yet. How do you know? Sometimes people, even on my premieres, people leave comments like, great video action, kid, it was a beautiful walk. Meanwhile, I haven't even shown the video yet. How do you know it's gonna be good? There's one day it's gonna be, I'm gonna post a video where it's gonna be nothing but a black screen. The thumbnail looks good, I'm gonna premiere it, and someone's gonna type, beautiful walk. And then all of a sudden, when the video comes up, they go, what? What is this? You're gonna be all misled. That's like a movie trailer that's promising, and then the movie's a flop.
किधर जा रहे हैं? हम Times Square. फिर उसके बाद हमको बुलाता है.
We're almost to Times Square. Times Square was pretty busy over the weekend. And I'm sure it's going to be busy tonight. Holden, I never made a video of the Met Museum. This is the line for Joe's Pizza, the most famous pizzeria in New York City. A lot of these people are tourists. They probably never had a slice of pizza in their life. Man, it is busy. The line is even like 20 people deep inside. That's crazy. Would you wait in a line that long for pizza? That line looks just about as long as Anita Gelato. This is the brightest place in New York City, Times Square. Cannot miss it. follow the tourists is the name of the game. Yes, I do believe you can see Times Square from space. It's pretty bright here. Yep, looks busy here. All right. Welcome to the most touristy place in New York City, folks. Times Square. Woo! We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay, another year. Do it over again next year. Oh yeah, Times Square. New York, Times Square, yeah. Totally being a tourist. Hey, Live Walking NYC, nice to see you here. Times Square, woo! Looks good up and down. You know what Times Square is missing? They have all these amazing visuals, but they're missing a lot of sound effects from a lot of the cities that I've visited. How about throwing some random metro sounds, some beeps, some honking? Well, you got some honking already. Hello. Whoa, look at this McDonald's advertisement. It isn't the last fry until you check. It's true. I see many future YouTubers and influencers here. Everyone's got their phones up. Cool, I spotted a live streamer. Just took a picture.
Live stand-up comedy show tonight, guys. They got an awesome lineup.
See some Argentina pepper.
It's so busy here, just waiting across the street.
30 minutes, 105.
MJ22 lost your iPhone there. Did you find it? Be hard to find an iPhone in Times Square unless you put on lost mode on your phone. Wow, look at all these people. It is busy tonight. Times Square, man, it's the place to be. It's New York, woo! There's the point of view experience in Times Square. It's crowded, folks. You're looking everywhere. Wow, look at this. Argentina. Hey, tall 32 guy. $40.99, good to see you. Been a while since you caught one of your lives. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Thank you so much for the support. Greetings from Times Square. I think all the Argentina fans are out now. Times Square, woo! The red steps are closed tonight. Yeah, it's all there is to go. I have no idea what's going on, but it has something to do with Argentina football team. In the meantime, let's walk over to Tai Fung, which is opening July 11th. Tai Fung is a famous chain restaurant from Taiwan, known for their soup dumplings. And they are opening their first ever location in New York City, just 2 blocks from here. I know this place is going to be really busy when it opens. Yeah, Hung Miao, it's highly anticipated, the Tai Fung opening. You know, it's tourist central here. Is this what you all think of when you think of New York City? Something like this? So hard to walk here. Here we are, Din Tai Fung, famous soup dumpling restaurant from Taiwan. Looks almost the same layout as the one inside Taipei 101. Across the street from the Winter Garden Theater. I think I was here like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and we still saw some construction material in the entrance here. Hopefully that's all put away now. Din Tai Fung. Private events. So is it open yet? Are they having a party in here before the official opening? Oh, we can't even walk back here anymore. It's all blocked off. Before we're able to go here and go back. Oh, it's because they're cleaning. I see. But normally, we'd be able to go down there. Oh, there's people in there. It's open. Unofficially. Cool. I can't wait to try Din Tai Fung. I'm not invited though, so can't go in there if it's a private event. Ooh. This is gonna be fun. Tall 32 guy with $1.99. Best day, time, season to visit NYC, least crowded. Very hard answer to make. Based on personal preference, really. You like hot, cold? Neither. Crowds. I mean, least crowded time is January. Best is very subjective. Personally, I like the autumn in New York City.
Anybody want to get drunk at a comedy show before I get stoned and forget the pitch?
He's gonna forget the pitch anyway. I wonder what it's like inside that Din Tai Fung. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the flagship Apple store on Fifth Avenue, the Cube, the way it's set up over there. And I wonder how the service is, the pricing. But Din Tai Fung is on the expensive side in Taiwan and many of the other cities that I've visited. So I would expect in New York City to be even more expensive. Careful here, you might trip. Look at all these people walking south on Broadway. They must have just gotten out of the theater here. Man, this is so hard to walk. Everyone's coming out of the musical here, The Great Gatsby. Oh, I'm going to give you a fair warning about Broadway shows and musicals and performances here in New York, and it's a very pressing one. Do your best to take care of your human needs before the show, like food and restroom, because oftentimes there's not enough room during the not enough time during the intermission to use the restroom and come back. It's a serious problem, and a lot of people's experience gets ruined for that, because they weren't able to use the restroom in time because the line is so long, especially for the women's room. Thanks, Laura Hancock with the $1.99. What do you want from McDonald's? I don't get the question, but well, I do get it, but are you addressing it to yourself? Then you gotta find the answer yourself, but McDonald's got a big menu. And not all McDonald's are the same in every country. Some may have unique menu items. As I saw, they had Krapao chicken in Thailand in McDonald's. And in Taiwan, they had red bean pastry cake. Vietnam, they had Korean fried chicken in McDonald's.
blocks that way. That's a lot longer.
Tall 32 guy says that pretty much keeps away anyone with digestive or bladder issues. That's a bummer. I mean, it's a serious problem, and I bring it up often on these live streams, but not having enough restrooms in New York, or restrooms that people can easily access without being like forced to buy something in order to use the restroom, is a serious problem. If you go down to Bryant Park, there's a restroom there that's pretty with all the tourists and people that come to Manhattan and work in Manhattan. And the city can't expect all these private businesses to pick up everyone's restroom problem. It's also unfair for people who have digestive disorders or medical issues. Imagine telling them, don't drink anything, hold it in. Or it's called bladder management. It's so unfair to those people. Sometimes even with proper quote unquote bladder management, you still have to use the restroom. We're human. I mean, you only tell that kind of stuff to a child that's growing up and they can't hold in their own, you know, human needs. We're not children. You can't say, hold in your pee, don't drink coffee. The only thing that'll work for is children who don't know how to do it. You could be Arnold Schwarzenegger at the time. Stop whining. There is no bathroom. All right, we have reached Billionaires Row. (57th Street). Nordstrom Tower. This thing is tall. Crazy how tall it is. Just saw someone changing the mannequins. Substantially here says that mannequin just walked away. Hey, I never saw a mannequin walk away before. There's a person just running down the street. Always makes me a little bit suspicious when you see people running down the street like that. At what it could possibly be. Here we got Columbus Circle, the southwest corner of Central Park. Laura Hancock, $1.99. Have I seen the movie Mannequin? No, never heard of it. Central Park South. Yeah, Frank, the Plaza Hotel is located on Central Park South and 5th Avenue. Where I'm coming from is 8th Avenue. Whoa, they just did wheelies. Was that the Central Park Tower that I just passed? Yes, it was.
But don't tell anyone.
Lamborghini SUV. This street, by the way, is some of the most expensive real estate in Manhattan. Mostly because of its location. I think if I wanted to live somewhere in New York City and had an unlimited budget, this is the best location to be. Central Park South. Right across the street from Central Park. You got Midtown here, numerous subway lines. I don't know about you, but Central Park South is pretty nice. I don't know how much it costs to have a night here at the JW Marriott, the Essex House. Cabby says Lady Gaga has a place here. Wow. Let's take a look. Hotels. Wonder how much it is for one at Central Park South. JW Marriott. Okay. We are looking at 300 and no. Wait. 529, 662 with taxes and fees, or 486 with taxes and fees. Holy smokes. How much is that a month? 662 times 30. Wow! You're paying $20,000 a month on rent. Now that's just, you know, averaging that rate for the whole month, but you know what I mean. $700 pretty much to stay there for one night. Yikes. Now I wonder how much the Plaza Hotel is. Is the Plaza Hotel cheaper? That's at the end of the block on 5th Avenue. It's even more expensive. Look. Plaza Hotel, 5-star, 714. But look, you can't get it for 714. It's at least 896. There's rates as high as 1,094 a month. So 1,094 times 30, you're paying $33,000 a month. Jared says if I were a millionaire, I still wouldn't pay that much. I mean, maybe if you're a billionaire, it wouldn't matter, but it would be a lot even for a millionaire. Okay, let's do some quick math. Say you're a millionaire, right? $1 million divided by, what was it, 33,000 a month? You can only stay for 30 months. So, not even 3 years, and then you run out of money. Two and a half years you'll last in that hotel. How come no one's checking into the Ritz-Carlton? I don't know. I think I'm done checking hotel prices after looking at the Plaza Hotel, over $1,000 a night for the Plaza. Blonde Cookie says the Plaza was in Home Alone 2. That's where Kevin stayed illegally with his dad's credit card. That's the way to do it, man. Just steal your dad's credit card and use it illegally, and make sure he doesn't find out, and you can stay at the Plaza Hotel. Kevin McAllister had the right idea. All right, this is the Plaza Hotel. It's so fancy, they even have their own subway station. It's inside the basement of the Plaza. Thanks, Mark Howard, with $1.99. This is Laura Hancock's husband. Nice to meet you. Thanks for the super chat, appreciate it. I mean, this is some gorgeous hotel though, the Plaza. It's not completely a hotel. People do own homes there. You used to be able to go into here, the Plaza food hall, but it's been closed for like so long now. I miss the times where I was able to go in there and have like amazing foods and walk around. It was a big tourist attraction, but it hasn't been that way in years.
And he just got this.
We got a bit of traffic on 5th Avenue. What are they doing to the fountain here? This area, Grand Army Plaza South, they're renovating it. They're putting in historical trees, renovating the fountain, upgrading the infrastructure. It'll be nice. Anyway, folks, I am going to wrap up my live stream here across the street from the Plaza Hotel. It's been a fun night here in New York City on the day after the 4th of July holiday weekend in front of the Apple Store. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you all have a great day, night, afternoon, wherever you are. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm going to use the Apple Store where there's a 24-hour bathroom because the store is open all the time. A secret for you all. This is one of the most reliable restrooms in New York City.